And there we go. We have the microphone working. Let's see if we can do a scene switch and get the same. Goldie, first in. Best dressed as always. How you doing, Goldie? Good to see you. Oh man, I'm there's a lot to do here. There's a lot of different environments and scenes to set up. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Goldie. I'm actually I'm on the okay, we have a second webcam. This is good. This is good. We have our chatting webcam. We have our working webcam. Hey, Spiral, welcome, man. I'm still getting set up. I'm in a new place. I'm back in Brisbane, checking in on my business. So yeah, I'm not in the Melbourne house where Fass is. Yeah, I'm off in Brisbane in my office now. Doing a late night. Thought I'd I'm just really still trying to sort my life out with the Melbourne move. I'm kind of like planning to be, halfway, one foot in each location, if that makes any sense. So it's a lot. Getting on top of it. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, man. It's good to see you here. And yeah, so I think today we're going to try and, well, for one, we're going to try and manage doing a stream in a new location. So that'll be interesting. And then on top of that, we're also going to be trying to pick up where we left off, do a new stream again with trying to make some progress on our swear jar. But yeah, let's see where we get to, and maybe the first thing to do is give this a bit of music, because you hooked us up last time, Goldie, and I really liked the stream, and I think I even bookmarked it. So let's see if I can pull that up. All bookmarks. Yes, I did, and if all went well, even though I'm in a new location, we're still going to be able to hear the desktop audio. But yeah, let's get some music going and see if we can make that happen. It's not liking me today. But actually it might be just that I'm trying to do this on the wrong browser. How about that? Let's get this running here. We're hearing audio? Not yet, I'm imagining. How about now? I fully expected that to work. That might do it. Hey, Bam, welcome. How's it going? What's this sentiment analysis? That's interesting. And Recti, welcome. Thanks for coming. And yeah, you've got all the new emotes going. Check it out. They're all getting approved. Last time we set the stream up, it was still not going, but now it is. So let's see. And that should have some music for you guys now. You hearing that? Is that coming through loud and clear? I hope so. Get some vibes going. Good vibes, I hope. Yeah, I'm seeing the sentiment analysis, Bam. That's really cool. Is this something you've implemented yourself? And what sentiment is it analyzing? You can't really hear the music, Goldie? What if I pull the volume up? Is that a bit better? The background looks different. This background? Absolutely, yeah. I'm not streaming with the green screen today. Sorry, Goldie. I'll turn it down again. I can hear the music. Touch lower. All right, there we go. There we go. It's in between tracks now. So, yeah, completely different background. We're in a completely new location. We're back in Brisbane. This is the actuator office now. I'm in my little corner office space here where I have my whiteboards going on, and I'm also, there's a bunch of storage stuff in the background there. But yeah, I figured, hey, I got to keep the streams going. If I'm really committing to it the way the Fasffy thinks I should, then yeah, being here and even if I'm not in Melbourne, I should still be doing my stream. So we're doing it, guys. But let's see. I think it's automatically commenting when someone chats. It's creating a lot of noise in the chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing a lot of pretty low confidence neutral sentiment analysis coming through, which is fine. But tell us a bit about what this is, Bam. Is this something you've written? Because yeah, I don't know, is it a thing you can I get a swear pass? I wonder what kind of, is it going to just say how positive the chat messages are? Because that could be a cool thing that you feed into some UI at some point down the line. I mean, that could be really interesting if we would do something like that. But yeah, okay, it's like that. That's cool. Yeah, nice. Well, look, we're just getting started. But I'm doing a kind of sentiment analysis, not exactly the sentiment analysis you'd be, it's not if swear words were a sentiment, we're analyzing that. But you have a model which is the Roberta model, and then it analyzes the comments, and if it's positive, it gives it positive or negative or neutral. Okay, that's really cool. That's really quite interesting. Down the line, we might, we might be able to. So the first step I figured to a lot of these really cool stream tools was going to be capturing the spoken word, capturing the text, capturing what the streamer is saying, and then from there you can process all sorts of things with that text. So audio to text, and then from text to gosh knows what. We're all over the place with what we can do here, but yeah. All right. Where did we go last? I think when we last kicked off with this thing, we were doing a little bit of we were doing some refactoring to get things nice and neat because my brain was cooked at the end of that last stream. And to tell you the truth, I'm not going to make it too long. Okay, Fast is saying she's going to raid again, so it looks like it might be another one of those streams where you stay really locked in and focused for a long time. When those numbers get big, I want to keep them, so I'll do my best to keep entertaining you guys with it. But yeah, for now though, let's make sure we get our stream up and running before we get into it. I'm gonna fire Ryder up. There's some things that I don't have from my last rig, guys. One of the big things is the stream deck that's gonna let me switch. But on the whole, how's the quality looking before I properly get into it, guys? Any complaints? Is the audio coming through clear? Is the camera looking all right? Are my scenes all working so far? Goldie, yeah, you left before it ended for the first time ever. I think that's the first stream that you ever weren't there from end to end for the whole stream. It's great. All right, good. Fass is, she spoiled me. She's got this microphone here that she gave me a whole long time ago, so it's still there. And now I'm just going to switch to the desktop and see if that still looks okay for you guys. Like this. Is this coming through good too? So this is the other point of view. So while I'm working, I think I'm gonna, if I'm chatting, you'll see me through this, and if I'm working, you're gonna see me through this. It looks, camera is crisp, everything looks great. All right, cool. Well, it was 3 a.m. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I did no forgiveness needed. No forgiveness, only gratitude for the many times you've stayed through the whole damn thing. Even when we were doing 18-hour, even when we were doing 18-hour streams for that game jam, you were there, man. You really, you have earned that goldfish. But that's right. I'm just opening this up and I'm realizing where we were. I'm gonna get some PTSD from this project. The simplest thing you could possibly imagine, clicking a button, wasn't even working on this. And that's a little bit haunting because I like to think I can make a button click work, but apparently not. Apparently that's not a thing. I couldn't do it. Yeah, which you know, bruised my ego somewhat. I'm not gonna lie. Today we're gonna fix that though. We're gonna get back on top of it. Yeah, I reckon we'll be able to fix it this time. If anything, we'll do what we did and we'll just burn the project down and move one component at a time back. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that. But it might well. And sometimes just like starting over is the fastest way to make progress. It could be the case today. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But yeah, I hope not. For the sake of just like entertainment value, that would, you know, that wouldn't be ideal. But you know, we're gonna do our best. We'll see how it comes out. All right, where are we at? So I'm still getting set up a little. I still want to get my comments and possibly also the activity feed going here. I'm starting to get the hang of this a little bit, guys. I'm starting to get the hang of the whole layout and making sure that everything looks and works well. But yeah, forgive me if it's not perfect yet. But yeah, okay. Hey, Semtex is here too. Welcome, Semtex. Good to have you in the chat, man. Good to have you in the chat. So, first time mod and already slacking? No way. I don't think Goldie's a first time mod. He does too good a job of it. He knows all the commands. He knows like how to respond to the different situations. He's like there every stream instantly. This is not his first rodeo. That's for sure. That's for sure, guys. All right. So, let's kick into this. I'm going to run it. See what happens when this program runs, because sometimes things just magically fix themselves, and I don't think that that's going to be the case here, but a man can dream. We can have hopes and dreams about whether this is just going to like magically go. Probably won't, but who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. All right, so it's running, which is a start. That's a start. Sorry about everybody's eyes. I'm sure there's blinding light here. But all right, when we last looked at this, we made our button test page. So let's head over there. And it doesn't recognize the damn click. So it didn't fix itself magically, unfortunately. Ooh. Okay. Goldie, you've got a request here. Please use the set game in stream element supermod so I can just change the game when you're busy. Man, I love that suggestion, Goldie. Yes, we'll absolutely do that. I'm going to head across to stream elements and see if I can make this happen for you. So, stream elements. Goldie, do you think you could talk me through that? And hey, Razor, welcome. Welcome to the chat. How much longer until beta of the swear jar will be ready, bro beans? It's hard to say, Razor. Sometimes these things, they just go like that and they're easy and they work really fast. But unfortunately, this project, last stream, it just like, it was one of those disaster things where like nothing went right. And yeah, I don't know what to do to fix it, but maybe this time we're just gonna like delete the whole thing, start over, bring our components over, and then it'll work. And that's kind of my hope. With that, then I don't know, like another. I feel like we're not that far. I feel like it might be another 2 or 3 streams maybe before we have that. And then when it's in beta, I'll give it to Fast to use and she can try it out. And if it goes really well, maybe dev. And if that goes really well, then just like open it for everyone. Make it something anyone can use. That'd be really, really cool. Okay, I'm looking at the chat commands right now, Goldie. And you were looking for the... let me scroll back up and find the set game, hashtag set game. I also probably have to set the... set game. Okay. It looks like it's already enabled. It's already enabled, Goldie. User level is super moderator. If I put this to moderator, will that be enough for you? If it goes from super moderator to Yeah, the user level. What user level do we need, Goldie? And thank you for the advice there, Snalsly. Snalzy. Yeah, look at how long it took Rockstar to make GTA 6. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. It takes a long time. It's like billions of dollars. Okay, I've changed that, Goldie. You might just. All right, hold on. It's not mod yet. Fasffy rated with a party of 313 viewers. Oh my gosh. It's bigger every time she raids. That's a huge number of people. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to the stream. And Voodoo's come along. We've got Julo, we've got Sly. Everybody's here. Man, you guys never miss a Fasffy stream, do you? Semtex, welcome. Thank you. And we've even got a follow straight out of it. Lefty 1234. Thank you for the follow, Lefty. It's great to have you here, and thank you for the raid, Fass. Should we do a Discord call? It's been a bit since we spoke. And we've got another follow from Wostofos. Wostofos, welcome. Welcome. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna call Fass. Let's get her on the line and say hello. See if she's up for a hello chat. Here we go. And how do we do this? No camera for now. Let's just call her. Hello? You there? Can you hear me? I think Discord's messing up. Let's see. We'll pull streamer mode enabled. Good. But I can't hear you, and it looks like no audio is coming through fast. Voice and audio. We'll set that to this output device.
There, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. There we go. I think it's fixed.
Can you hear me? Can they hear me?
I believe they can. I believe they can hear you. Let me just check.
Hey, that's a good sounding microphone.
That's a good sounding microphone? That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. All right, hold on. I'm just going to turn my music volume down.
They cannot hear me.
They cannot hear you. Well, crap.
Mm-hmm.
You should be part of the desktop audio, right? Actually,
You
no,
can
Razor's saying
settings
loud and clear,
set up.
Fasffy. So yeah, they can hear you. How you doing? And hey, Lisa just followed. Is this the Lisa? The amazing
the
artist Lisa?
That is the Lisa.
Thank you for the follow, Lisa. It's great to have you here on the you must have been tuning into Fasffy's stream. It's great to have you. Oh my god, the lights just turned out here. I don't know if the lights are going to look great or horrible. They look horrible. I'm going to have to go activate the motion lights. Be right back.
It doesn't look that bad, but yeah, you could do that.
They're motion activated lights, and because I'm in my corner office, they turn off, and then it looks horrible. All the things that happen when you jump into a new environment. Funny.
Figure it all out.
Gotta figure it all out. That's right. But gee, you had a big stream. Heaps of people. So many people. We've got just now. There's been 6 followers just from this one raid fast. That's heaps. We've got, I am Luke Weiss. Hey Luke, thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. Lisa, of course, and we've got Sabio? Either that or it's Sabby with a little eyes open face. You know, the O_O face.
Oh
no. What's up?
that's the face. Oh no.
Yeah, the oh no face. Oh shucks. But yeah, thank you for the raid. How was your stream?
Yeah, it was good. Played some Fortnite with Oasis, and then some arena with the Voodoo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed playing the other day with you guys. That was really good. We'll have to make sure that when I'm not like, oh, guys, today's been so chaotic. I did the bond clean for my Brisbane house, which took like a colossal effort. I'm a bit fastidious. I get everything perfect, so I spent ages and ages and ages getting it all just right. But yeah, it's been a lot because after that, just running in here to the office to do this stream, and like I'm gonna have to go, get some rest because I got an early meeting soon. But I really do want to make some progress on your swear jar, Fass. That's my plan. That's my plan. We had some like terrible tech issues with it last time.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try this time to do a better job.
We got a fun lightsaber for you to play with when you come back down.
A fun lightsaber?
Custom lightsaber, yeah.
Really? Like a Star Wars one? How did that happen?
Yep. Lefty sent it. He custom made it and sent it.
Oh, what? Like a fan actually made a lightsaber? Like...
I think maybe it was like, it's just customized by them?
Damn. How's that? Hey, Nacho's here! Welcome, Nacho. Nacho, did you see your emote? Can we get some Nacho emotes in the chat for Nacho? Here we go, guys. Nachos. Bro Beans is OCD. Intense. Thank God it doesn't run the family. It definitely runs in the family. There you go, Nacho. More nachos in the chat. More nachos in the chat. This man, top donor. He's deserved his nacho emote. Come on, chat. Everybody get into it. That's it. Yeah, nachos. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Goldie. That's it. Alright, cool. And we've got another follow too. Thank you, Rockstar, for the follow. Man, you must have had a banger stream. Tell me about this lightsaber, Faz.
Its color is blue, and when you move it, it goes.
Just
makes noises.
So
and then you can make it so it also looks like it's like blocking.
Right. We've got. Hey, Ion Computer. I see you're in here too. Welcome. Yeah, that's really cool. Maybe I'll do some of the old kung fu moves with the lightsaber sometime. And yeah. I mean,
it was also mentioned that it's made to be like so you can practice like hitting another lightsaber with it. So when it clashes, it makes noises and stuff too.
No way. So would it like break if we did do that?
No, I think that's what it's intended for. Obviously, you're not supposed to fucking like all your might, but
yeah, but like I've been training with freaking.
Sam's claimed it's his lightsaber.
It's my lightsaber now.
That's for sure.
Exactly, Sly. It's mine now. You can't have it back fast. I'm not even in the state, and I've already claimed it.
Yeah. What lightsaber color is your lightsaber?
Ooh. I don't know. Am I dark side or light side? I feel like it's either red or blue, depending on your answer. So good news, guys. We set the sub goal to 69 for Fast giving me a haircut on stream. I don't know if you guys see that right about here. Look there. See that? Nacho came in and blew it out of the water. That's like we're 100% doing this. So 69 was like not enough. Way not enough. We've definitely hit that. And so we're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna do this. Look, I'm updating it. We hit the 69 goal. So heads up, when I can be back. Right now, I don't like my hair. It's too messy and long. So if I can, I feel like we hit this. I've just said it now, haven't I? Like I can't now. I have to wait 2 weeks until I'm back in Melbourne to do a haircut, but. I guess that's happening. So Fast is going to give me a haircut. I'm going to prepare and get her all the hair cutting equipment using the generous subs that were thrown into the stream last time. We're going to get clippers. We're going to get some things, and hopefully Fast is going to give me a really great fade. So yeah, thank you for all of that. We hit that goal. We smashed it out of the park. So absolutely awesome. We need a new sub goal now. What are we going to do? And the other thing that we still have to do that's planned, guys, is we're going to cook nachos on stream. That's happening. 100% happening when I'm back there in Melbourne. But what should I set my next sub goal to, Faz?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I am gonna go
lightsaber
there.
fights
I'm
or.
gonna go have a nice hot shower.
Fair enough.
You have a fantastic stream.
I will.
Unless you need me for something.
No, I did want to say hi. Thank you for the raid. With all of these fantastic
I
people.
need to like catch up on sleep. I gotta train.
Yeah.
Like 5 hours for like through 2.5 weeks now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up at about like maybe 6:30 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm in the office right now, because like 7 o'clock meeting, and I have some preparations to do for that. So it's gonna be a little bit sleep deprived tomorrow. Not gonna lie.
Big times.
Yep. How do they feel about?
I won't prolong your stream any longer, so you can get onto it.
I don't think anybody
great
in the chat is going to be sad for you to be hanging around. But you have had a big stream. Have a great night. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow. Hey.
Yes. I need to book flights. We gotta figure that out.
Oh yeah. Is this for the Gold Coast visit flights or for my return trip flights? Because I still have to book those too.
Gold Coast. Well, I mean, I guess we both got flights to book.
Yeah, we both got flights to book. Absolutely. Alrighty. All right. Have fun booking those flights.
Good night. Bye. We'll speak to you more about it. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. We are going to let's update our goals, because we were planning to do back and front end communication. And I still want to do that. I'm still 100% in for fixing that. But let's be real. If we can't even click a button, we've got bigger problems. So, clicky button. That's our plan. Click button. So, that's what we're gonna work on for now. Very, very simple objective, but pretty important. Pretty important to get this right. Yeah, Goldie, let me know if those new commands work before I get distracted. I don't know if I actually went and updated that completely. I'm gonna go and make sure that I, because I haven't done it right. The set game, did it just need mod, or did it need anything else? Has that worked? Yay, it worked. I feel like it worked. Yeah, it worked. All right, I'm down with that. While we're here, well, we can do it later. If you ever need any more of that, I figured out how to do it, by the way. And so, yeah, Goldie, if you need anything else, let me know, and I can update other permissions for those things as well. But yeah, until then, let's get into it. So, all right, so because we've just had like 300 people come from Fasffy's stream, let's get them up to date with what we've been doing with our stream. So we have been using code and AI to fill up this swear jar. That's basically it, right? It's going to listen to a streamer's stream, and every time a streamer swears, it's going to take all of their words, and so it's going to go voice to text, and then it's going to just like go through the text and say, is any of this swearing? And if it is, it'll add to the swear jar. And then they can choose to do what they want with it. They could go and donate. They could do anything with it. But as complicated as that is, amusingly, the thing that we're currently stuck on is like just basic technology problems. We've got our presentation layer, which you're seeing here, and like we noticed even simple button clicking isn't working in the way that it should. So that's a bit of a problem. That's what we're going to fix. So yeah, that's where we're at, and that's the plan. So if I can get button clicking working today, I'm going to call it a success, but we'll see how much further we get. So to be fair, we did actually get the button clicking working, and now I want to probably go and use that same approach. But yeah, let's have a quick look at our history in Fork, which is a great source control tool for Git if you guys haven't already seen it, and see what we're up to last. Yep, our HUD stuff, we've changed our objectives. What did we do? We removed some of this communication stuff. I'm on board with that. I got rid of that. Yep, we got rid of all of this because, we're just in the process of debugging it. But so, okay, let's commit that, and we're going to say remove communications for now. And we'll potentially put them back, but that gets it all out of the way. And what I think we're going to do, guys, is probably just... Voodoo, you're blind too. Flashbang for eyes. Goldie, you definitely like suggested that I should put a dark background in there, and if you recall, I did that, but then I got rid of those changes along with something else. Nacho, my body is 100% ready for the haircut stream. You should return the favor. Oh my god! Look. My haircut. I have a barber who I like and trust. But let's be real, there's a difference between a barber and a hairdresser. I can get my barber to give me a nice trim and like, you know, if it goes bad, a couple of weeks, it'll grow back. If Fast slips and like, just like cuts my hair off, that's fine. I'll just buzz cut the whole thing. It'll be all right. If I mess up on Fast's hair, that's such a big part of her brand and identity. There's no way she would let me do that, Nacho. I don't know what number of subs there is that would let me cut her hair, but she can definitely cut my hair. I haven't found a barber in Melbourne yet. I've been speaking with Cray about it, and he's like, I have a good guy, but he's way out, and it seemed like too far to go for a haircut. So I figure, you know, it's going to be fun to do that, but buzz cut Fast. Let's set a dono goal. There is no dono goal, Nacho, that could do that. That's too much. It's too much. I don't even think I want to do it. I wouldn't want to do that to Paul Fast. No way. That would be too much. Yeah, too much. All right, so I'm going to have to like promoto timer my time a little bit, I think, and try and do like smart switches between, between doing some code and doing some chat, because it's very easy to just like get hyper focused on chat stuff. So we're just going to do a presentation.new, and in here, let's get our terminal going, and I'm just going to like .NET new Blazor, and this is going to make us a new Blazor application here, and I'm going to add it to our solution. So we're adding that existing project that we've just made, presentation.new. And that should get us into a nice place where if I run this, if I run this now, we're going to get a nice blank website. And if the clicking doesn't work on this, then all hope is lost. I don't even know what to do if this isn't working. But we're going to try. So get ready for more flashbangs, guys. All right, counter. Hallelujah. Because I don't even, look at this, guys. The button click, not working. This button click, definitely working. So there is something that's happened in the code of this that has caused that to break, but like, doesn't even really matter to me. I feel like we can just delete this one, and then if it's deleted, then doesn't matter, as long as we re-implement everything that was working in here in terms of the back end, because there's a hosted service that runs, which is the speech to text stuff, and so we're gonna focus on doing that. Oh man, I'm sorry guys, I still didn't get Spotify Premium, so still ads, but I'm gonna mute them because I hate them and I don't want you all to have to suffer through them. But all right, so we've got our clicks, our counters working, and well, how about, should we first try and implement our systems, or should we? Yeah, I'm gonna first, like, let's just pull our counter across, because I feel like that should be pretty easy to do. So I'm going to. And I'll just pull this solution window across so you guys can see what's happening. So we've got our coin images here. So all the coins that you guys would have seen in that swear jar, there's a few variants that I've thrown in here. And what I'm going to do is we'll just copy those across. So that whole folder, and it needs to also be in that www root folder. So let's stick that there, and that means we're going to have coins. And so yeah, these coins are a dependency for this jar component, which I also want to copy across. But the way that we built this, guys, it's more or less self-contained, right? If I add that and then to my home page, I should be able to reference this jar stuff in the same way that we did in the other ones. So yeah, we already see the autocomplete knows about it. And we can also say how many coins were in the jar. Let's say it's like 80. So if I rerun this now, what we should see is a working solution that has the clicking working, but also is rendering our jars. And so if the jars, if the button clicking doesn't work now, and I can't imagine a world in which where that happens, but we'll know that something in the jar broke the clicking. And so yeah, crazy. We didn't actually work out the connection issue. This is the first stream that's it's the first stream that we've done since then. Let's see, multiple matches. Ah, yes, yeah, because we don't want that. So that's actually a legitimate complaint on Blaze's part. So let's see, what else did we have here in the chat that we missed? Goldie's going for bald. I think, are you wanting Fast to be bald, or are you wanting me to be bald? Because I'm already going bald. That doesn't matter so much if she gets all my hair. I'm not really. I'm actually quite lucky for my age to have as much hair as I do. Nacho saying Cray is someone who should lean into the hair advice. He's a homeless squirrel on his best day. That's true, but the man's mustache, it's majestic. You can't go wrong with a majestic mustache like that. I'll trust any man who has a mustache like that. You can't go wrong with hair advice from a man with such a majestic stash. That's just like ground rules there for hair advice. And I can forgive the rest. Many people would be heartbroken if her hair got cut. Yeah, I think so. We need more subs. There is a number of subs, guys, for Fast's haircut. But my subs, that's happening. My haircut, absolutely happening. I can't wait. I think that's going to be a really, really fun IRL stream, guys. So Slice just said, this is just like the time I caught the ferry to Shelbyville. I needed a new heel for my shoes, so I decided to go to Morganville, which is why they called Shelbyville in those days. I'm so confused. So I tied an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. This is an interesting story, Sly. This is a crazy story. I feel like there's a backstory here I'm missing for your story, but tell me more. Tell me more, Sly. Nacho, okay, as a Hungarian child, I would like to declare, not bragging, that my mother's mustache is glorious. Well, you trust your mother's advice, don't you? If you trust her, you can't go wrong, see? Mustached people, best advice. Hair advice, ready to take it. Any kind of advice, really. Jacob Sam Squatch, howdy. I may or may not have been asleep for an hour or so and wide awake again. Is it because of the flashbangs? I'm sorry, Sam Squash and everybody else about all the white on the streams. I have to install something in my browser to go dark mode so that your eyes don't all bleed every time I run my program. It's interesting that the weather button on the other page, you want to see, Goldie? It's just fake weather. It's fake weather. Look, if I refresh it every time, it generates random weather data, but it's a demonstration of how you can communicate between the front and back end in this solution. And it's kind of interesting for, I know a lot of you don't care about code stuff, but for those who do, if you want to understand how, speaking of flashbangs, the background lights turned off, so the colors have gone all weird. Sorry guys, we're just going to bear with it. I'll go and do star jumps in the background in a minute to reactivate the lights, and yeah, but for now, so you can see here how this works is we're stream rendering. I haven't seen this before. I'm gonna have to learn what this means. So the forecasts, where do the forecasts come from? They come from here, and so you'll see in initialization they're just like populated with random information. And so every time I refresh it, you'll see that's happening. But really, if you were engineering this the way that I'd be doing it, you'd be putting things into a service, injecting the service, and implementing everything that gets the weather inside of the service. That's the nice way to do these things. But yeah, well, look, you know what? I don't think that color's all too bad. I can probably just tweak the lights a little bit here so that it's not so eye bleedy. And then that's okay. Now I don't need to go do star jumps, guys. Now I think we're good. We can stick with this. We can stick with this. How's it look in chatting? Oh, it looks terrible in chatting. Now I look like evil demon person with the bad light. But for now, we'll stick here. And I'll go do star jumps later, I promise. If we go to chatting, I'll go jump and activate the sensors. That's how I do it too. I have no idea what you said, but that's short. Yeah. It's like, it's the, you just like inject things, abstract the business logic away from the presentation layer. But that's what the weather is. And honestly, I don't think we don't need the weather. But what we were doing before I got distracted with chat, like I always do, is we were rendering our stuff on the home screen there. So let's go. Okay, cool. Only I'm noticing number of coins was not properly getting used. Why was that not getting used? It must be because images coins? Coins isn't rendering? It should. It absolutely should be. But maybe it's not. Let's try it again, just to see what's up, because maybe it needs to be like hard refreshed or something. All right, we're gonna go have a look in the console, because if I load this, if it failed to get those elements, we should be seeing it here in the. The jar image is coming through. What else? Let's see. We're good at distracting you from the task at hand. Yes, absolutely you are. But you guys, I feel like I should probably just be changing this to a just chatting script stream, because for the most part, that's what I'm doing. Jacob, the swear guard it's going slowly but surely. We're getting caught up on some weird problems, but that's what I'm going to work through today. I think what I'd like to do, we're now in a position where we've got this counter, and I click it and it goes up, and we have our swear jar. I'm going to be like bringing things in one at a time into a new project where things are working, and then we'll look at implementing the communication in the not broken project. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so we've got our jar. We're going to have to pull this hub in eventually, and that transcriber service. Maybe that's the next thing to do. But before that, let's go look at why our jar is not rendering. Okay, it's already saying, well, we need an alt attribute. Sure, that would be nice, but that's not gonna stop us rendering. Coin, sure. We could also, number of coins. Let's just print the number of coins here first to make sure the variable's coming through and there's not something funky happening there. We get money. That sounds like a solid deal, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not a bad deal for us if we get Fasffy to do some kind of donation. I reckon she might be convinced of that. She's a pretty generous person. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do this because so many people keep asking for it. We're gonna make the background a different color. So let's see where this is coming from. Probably the page body might be the way to go. Background color. It's not entirely white, but is that a little bit better for you guys? If I go and do that? Yep, not so eye bleedy. Okay, we can do that. We can do that, guys. So for that, we need to essentially go here and let's make the background color like that. And then eye bleeds won't happen so much. You think it's better, Goldie? Yep, okay. Less eye bleedy, great success. We've achieved something today at least. All right, where were we? Okay, so notice I'm printing number of coins now, and number of coins on the home screen is coming through as 0. What the hey? What the hey is that about? If I go to app, let's see, we had, which of our pages were we doing this in? We were doing this on home. Home has num coins at 80. That definitely connects to that. I don't know why that number wasn't coming through. It's much, much better, Jacob. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, now the simplest things are working, well, not working in a different way. Counter's working, but why would this parameter not be working? That doesn't make any sense. Num coins, it's definitely the right property. So let's go. If I put num coins to 10, and you know what? I'll put the music back on too, guys. And let's print that. Num coins, and then we'll put num coins in here. So we know that in the parent, the variable was right. And then we should be able to see it pop up in... Okay, pretty weird. Welcome to your new app should also be appearing here, but I'm not seeing that either. Let's move this into a different, let's say like the counter. Because, yeah, it could be some stupid thing happening here where we're not actually on our Hello World screen for whatever reason. And, like, I might expect to see that because Home doesn't have the page stuff going on. So let's take this and put it in here. All right. So sometimes the hot reload doesn't work for some reason. Yeah, the hot reloading, this is something that I actually really like about React development, which isn't working quite so well here. Okay, so now that's working. I don't know why jar's still showing up here. Maybe it didn't save. Yeah, why is jar showing up on this page? What page is this? What page is this? There's got to be more than one place where jar is being rendered now. Yeah, okay, so something very funky is going on there because it's only in one location, but for whatever reason, it's rendering on the home page, even though the home page doesn't have it. So unhappy with how that works, but yeah, have a look, guys. We've got our coins coming up now. 80 is showing, even though that number 80, oh man, it's a bit weird, isn't it? There's our heading, there's our jar, there's no number 80 above that. Why is this rendering here? What is going on? Pretty strange that it should sit there, right? Sam Squatch, you're getting some sleep? Don't worry, man. I'm not going to be streaming for too long today. I'm only going to be streaming for probably another, I would say another hour maybe, guys. And then I'll be calling it too. But yeah. Hey, actually, we had a new follower here that I missed. Noviak, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for following. I really appreciate that. I'm so sorry I missed that. My alert sounds are off, and I remember what happened actually. My alert sounds are off because Nacho gave me way too many subs, and it was just playing alert sounds endlessly. I need to turn that on my just chatting as well, so that I don't miss when subs happen. But yeah, thank you for the follow. When Blazor works, it's great. When it breaks, you need a shaman or exorcist to fix it sometimes. You're not wrong, Cerberus. It's like, man, I've had some really fantastic development experiences with it. But to tell you the truth, it's here's where my num coins are coming from. That's a super mistake on my part. But yeah, lately I've just not had a good time with it. Like honestly, it's on this other project I've been working on for like about a year. It's been fantastic. I've really been liking it, but yeah, not so much with this last little increment of development on this swear jar thing. And part of it's probably I'm trying new AI tools that are breaking things as I go. A part of it is I'm completely distracted by chat, which is great because I want to hang out with you guys, but at the same time, greetings, JK Raid. And yeah, thank you for joining the stream. Even though Fasffy's gone, she's just yeeted her audience across here, so we're all hanging out and we're all making her a swear jar together, which I think will be really fun once we get that up and running. Okay, so what I wanted to do, the reason I put this counter in here was we can now connect the coins into this current count. And we'll see if the values propagate down. Yeah, she absolutely has a brother. That's me. I'm trying to spend a little bit more time helping her out because she carries a pretty big burden, guys. When she streams, it's a lot of stress and pressure, and she doesn't have a lot of help. So she's got some really amazing support with that there are so many people in the community that help out. She does have a lot of support, but I'm trying to introduce a lot more technology into the process because it's a thing I like to build. And so yeah, it's not absolutely necessary, but I feel like doing some projects like this one are going to be really, really interesting. So yeah, we'll see how we go. And look at this, JK Raid, you've done a follow as well. I really appreciate that. Thanks for not just tuning in once, but for wanting to know when this happens next time. I think I'll be trying to sync up some of my streams with Fasffy streams. And yeah, just because this community, you guys have really grown on me. And I'm really enjoying hanging out with you all. And I really think we can do some cool stuff together as well. So this one's just the start. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more multiplayer streaming stuff. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting when the Twitch chat starts getting integrated with the tools. That kind of thing. We might even be able to for instance, have a second swear jar that listens to when Twitch chat says stuff. So yeah. It's what she calls Seb. Yes, it is. Snowsley, you're just dabbling in Marvel Rivals? Yeah, okay. Cool. Rivals is fun. Hey, it's a really good game. Hey, first time chatter here. We've got Crazy. Welcome to the chat, man. And yeah, you're using one of the new emotes too. We're getting a whole bunch of new emotes. We've got we've got a goldfish and we've got a nacho for the contributors. I think there's a lot of you guys where after the recent donations, we got a whole bunch of new emote space to use. So I can't wait to use that. But I should actually be polling you guys to see what emotes you want, and maybe if I create a decent poll, maybe this would be a thing that you might be able to help look into, Goldie. What's a good way to poll chat to see what emotes they want? Because I'm hoping to kind of crowdsource the ideas, make these emotes something that you guys want, not just the emotes that I think would be cool. The pseudo sandwich, perfect example, Cerberus. That's a good idea. I really like that one. All right, so before I just gloss over it, by the way, look, we now have Swearjar responding to things with these clicks, and I'm noticing every time we're doing a click, we're getting stuff, but we decided to make this random, didn't we? And truly, I would rather it be deterministic. So. Let's go in here, and so these random these random bits of code, I actually think I'm going to try and make these instead. Let's have them be deterministic. So Let's see the components here. So we've got our new solution. You'll notice it's all coming up green on the left, guys, because it hasn't been checked into source control yet. And I think from here, what I'd like to do, wants me to log in. I'm pretty sure I've already logged in here, Trey. What you talking about? Let's see. Not liking this, is it? Okay, hold on, guys. Don't want to hold up the show. There we go. Is it working? I'm just proving I'm a human. Login successful. Excellent, that should do it. Alright, excellent, we're on. We're in business, guys. We are in business. Good night, Julo. Thanks for joining us. It was, it was awesome having you here. Okay, so for these two lines, let's make this randomness deterministic. Deterministic. So what I'm saying here, guys, is I do want it to still remain random, but I want it to be the same random every time. So it's like if you roll some dice, it should roll like a random sequence of dice, but if I run that sequence, I want it to be the same numbers which come up. So if it's like, if I happen to roll like 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, the next time I run the routine, it should go 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, like completely randomly. And so let's see. Yes, we're going to introduce an instance of random. I think I like this approach here. It's basically what I was after, guys. It's just going to say, give me an instance of random, and then that means it will have a seed. That 42 is a deterministic seed, and also, by the way, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And so with that number, then we'll just use this instance of random. So yeah, let's apply that, take the changes in. So we should expect to see this, yes, but we don't want that, and we don't want, yeah, we keep that as 0. We accept these changes and use that random. I don't want these comments, guys, because comments that tell you what code is doing when it's obvious from reading the code, it's like, that's the worst kind of code. Comments can be good, but you should only use comments where it can't be inferred from reading it anyway. And yeah, this is definitely not the case. But okay, let's go have a look at how this affects our application when we run it again. Because what we should be seeing is that true, Psych? That the ASCII character for 42 is the symbol for star, which is like multiplication, or like yeah, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get our coin in the same way. Oh, it's not doing that. It's random. It shouldn't be doing that, guys. It should be coin number. Why would this not be the same every time? Because we're not sharing the random. We're creating new instances of random for everyone. We're going to have to... no, that should still work. That should still be fine. Should still be fine, guys. I don't know why this wouldn't be... Put comments on the easy code and no comments on the complete code. Good luck whoever works on it next. On the complex code. Yeah, I mean, like, not even... Hey, we got a poll going here. That's really cool. Goldie, yeah, thank you for testing the poll. I think polls will be really good. We're going to have to like generate a list of emote ideas now. That'll be the thing, and then once we have a list, if we can vote on them, then hell yeah, we're in a good spot. Let's see, can I vote? I don't even know. Wildcard is, yeah, that seems appropriate for like an everything thing. I didn't even know that, Psych. That's really interesting. There are 5 slots in each poll, by the way. All right, that's interesting. Handtack, you're here too, lurking. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's see. Why would this not be producing the same result every time we run it? Because it's supposed to be pseudo-random, right? And if it is, then I'd expect to see that every time we click this, the coins appear in the same location. Maybe they are. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Notice it is doing that, but maybe it's because when it clicks, so it's going to be the same sequence every time, but notice it's here, and then it jumps to the left, and then it jumps to the left with 1 there, and then it's 3 in the middle. So it is the same. It is the same, but this isn't what we want, right? What I actually want is we need to, if I click it, it will render. When it renders, it's going to get a new instance of random. It's going to go through each one and generate a new random, but it's going to put them in the same sequence. It should be... What I'm expecting to see, guys, is that every time I click it, the coin stays because the random sequence gets run again. Maybe what it's doing... what could be doing this? Any ideas, chat? Snouty has spent 0 seconds watching base code. That's not true. That's not true. I know Snousley's been around for way more than 0 seconds. Watch time. Interesting. Cool command. There's some good polls. Star Wars versus Star Trek. Star Wars definitely wins. We just talked about the lightsaber that we have back in Melbourne. That's going to be hella fun. So, yeah, okay. You guys are checking out some of the... Star Wars voting straight up. Okay, so I mean, maybe I just even, so when, let's see, when this renders, I want the coins to appear in the same location each time. Regardless. When this renders, I want the coins to appear in the same location each time. The same random locations. Each time. Snowsy, am I not getting it right, Iliad? How am I supposed to say it? I must be getting it wrong. Is it like, are there 2 parts to his name and I just like concatenate it all into one? Solzy? Snolls? Yeah, Snolls. Ow. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Iliad, you're totally right. As long as he's happy with it. As long as he's happy with it. Okay, let's see. random.shared. Okay, so we've got some suggestions from our AI code assistant here, which kind of annoys me that it gets in the way, guys. You want to be able to see it right here. And yes, of course, I called it Star Wars wins. It's not like I influenced this unduly. I'm sure my comment didn't introduce any cognitive bias, guys. No watch time. Goldie, where have you been? Where have you been this whole time? 0 seconds. 0 seconds watching. Okay. So, alright, where are we at? Okay, so it says this, but I don't think that's not the result that we're actually getting. So, so every time this renders, there's the coins render in a different location when there's a different number of coins. I want the first random number to be, I mean, hold on, I need to just like take time to think about how this is actually working. So this should be, I guess it's, we need 2 randoms then, don't we, potentially? We need a random for the coin number and a random for the leftness of the coin. That's probably what we need. Because if we generate both of the random numbers from the same generator, so this is going to have to be, that was not what I wanted to do. So 1 for left random, position random even. 1 for position random, and 1 for, instead of position random, we want 1 for coin random. So 42, and let's do like 48. Why not? Oh, like 84. Sure. Why not? I think this might solve our problem, guys. So let's run that again. It's been a month already. Let's see. For 1 month, yeah, it has. It has actually. That's crazy, don't you think, Goldie? I don't feel like it has been, because there was that big break in time between when I like did the game jam and then when I went to Melbourne and actually started doing this properly. Ah, man, this is still not working the way I wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back to the drawing board a little here, guys. So we'll go. So let's have a think through this prompt. Let's make this randomness deterministic. Let's go all the way back here. Every time this renders, the coins should render in the same position. The first coin should render in the same spot each time. Same for let's see, if a coin renders in a given location, currently that let's just give it more context about how we're using the index here. Let's see, the coin position. The jar fills as the index I increases. want each index to render a coin in the same location. So the first coin and the 50th will always appear in the same spot. Let's see if that additional context helps it get us a result that looks better. So, okay, yeah, it's showing us that Recti has 1 month, 7 days. That's crazy how, like, it doesn't feel that long, guys. It really doesn't feel that long. And it's mostly probably because I've only been in Melbourne for like a week. Night Streamer, does Seb know the lore? Devon Fasffy's chat rooms will try and tie their polls to annoy the heck out of them. Yeah, I have seen that. Hey, we just got a sub from Jason. Thank you, Jason, for the sub, man. It's like, that's amazing. And it's like, yeah, we had a huge stream last time, but I was not expecting any subs at all last time. So my mind was absolutely blown when Nacho came around and like just like knocked me off my feet with 300 subs all at once. It was, and a whole bunch of you guys jumped in and threw a bunch of subs behind me when I finally got affiliate. That was amazing. But this is like the first sub that isn't connected to like this massive, crazy, generous event, and you know, also the you know, that first affiliate stream. So thank you, Jason X. I really appreciate you enjoying the content enough to drop a subby on me, man. That's amazing. It's really amazing. I'm still so new to this, so subs are really meaning a lot. So thanks. Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, we've also got Slam saying let's go to that. Really, really appreciate that. Organic subs, man, that's the best. It's like, I'm really trying to make some cool stuff here, but I really eventually want to be able to make games. And I think if, you know, I can do this and get some subs while making games, then I can make a living from making the games that I really want to make. But I can also, you know, I can subsidize it by just hanging out with you guys and doing cool things with some with some actual, you know, some subbies. That goes a really long way for a person trying to do what I'm doing here. So thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. And while we were doing that, we had our chat our AI chat come and make us some suggestions. Let's see if it's done anything different. Oh, that's a clever solution. Yeah, this is what I meant to do last time. So if I should have thought this through and come to this conclusion myself, guys, but it's smart because if we use I as the random, then it will always generate these values in the same position. So yes, I think we should definitely be doing that. That's a great suggestion, and that should have the effect that we're looking for. So are we vibe coding now? Absolutely, Hantak. I've always been a bit of an old school like DIY coder, but I feel like the way that times are moving, it's definitely a trending thing, and I don't think it's going away. So when I built this tool, I'm really trying to, like, you know, throughout the entire process, use as much AI to assist in the process as possible. And because I want to know how to, I think to be an exceptional coder, you need to not just be able to understand and write the code, but I think to move quick these days, you actually have to use the tools at your disposal, and AI is becoming incredibly powerful for software engineers. So yeah, that's we're absolutely doing some vibe coding as we go here. Yeah, I'm with you, Hantak. But at the same time, it's a bit like, you know, when the camera came around. All those artists who used to, like, you know, the painters and the people who used to do these things by hand, there was this big uproar because now a person in a moment can capture what it used to take like days or weeks or months to paint. But at the same time, you know, if you don't move with these technologies, you just get left behind. And I've been somebody who's like always coded like a lot. And I really want to stay on top of the way that these things are moving. And so for me, and what this stream I think is, I'm very much trying to make this stream about using those tools to in conjunction with the old and the new. So we're not 100% vibe coding this where we don't write the code ourselves, but we are definitely using it to, instead of Googling, where I'd usually be going to Stack Overflow, instead I'm going to be trying to use some AI assistance. And so we're trying out Tray for that. So this tool here is Tray. It's a little bit like Cursor, but it's a free alternative. So I'm all about reducing the cost of development for us indie game devs. So yeah, that's what I'm trying out. Let's see, Goldie, you can enable channel points to fix this. You might have to talk me through that. I'm not even 100% clear on what channel points really, what they are and what their impact will be for the channel. But if you think it's good, Goldie, I'm going to trust you on it. Oh man, I so thought this was going to work. Has this actually... Oh, hold on. I didn't feed the variable into the constructor of our random, which is going to be a problem. And now we're going to have to choose some basic random that will... There we go, guys. Okay, but something's definitely gone wrong here, hasn't it? Because these coins are generating in a not very random way. I feel like that's 100% not random. That's but how is it not random? How is it? We need to go look at our code a little bit more closely. So, that's like way too deterministic. Am I right? Am I not right, guys? That's like... Okay. Generate on diagonals, maybe. Yeah. Goldie's saying, yeah, that ain't it. No, it's not it. That's like, it's supposed to be random, but that's definitely not random. But it is definitely deterministic now, so that's a step in the right direction. What a way to spend channel points. You mean you can't just hoard them like you do in Fasffy's chat? Thank you for spending the channel points here, man. Thanks, Jason. That's it's random to stack, but not just random. Yeah, but like, how is this why is this not more random? Okay, let's have a think about this. Every time we enter the loop, we make a new random number. Maybe we need something like some salt, or I think in cryptography, salt is like this thing that just like, how to explain it? Yeah, let's go have a look. Wikipedia. Salt in cryptography. In cryptography, salt is a random data fed as an additional input to a one-way function that hashes data, a password or passphrase. Salting helps defend against attacks that use pre-computed tables, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if this is actually what we need. Let's see. Username, string to be hashed. Salt value is just, yeah, it's a little bit of extra randomness. The reason I'm thinking something like this is because we need to add something to this randomness that still stays consistent, but doesn't get this uniformity. I'm actually not even sure why the uniformities are rising, guys. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. It's starting at the bottom, yeah. So it's starting at the bottom here, guys, because what we're doing is this coin position. It's getting a value from I, and then slowly moving. So in that coin position, I is a factor in its position, and so as that I increases, the position of where the coins render will go up. Yeah. Let's see. It's randomness that stacks, not just the. Yeah, we did. You're absolutely right about that, Jason. You'd have to change the angle of the coins and the position inside the jar. By the way, how can we also rotate the coins a bit? We can definitely rotate the coins a bit like this here. It's a really good question, but I don't think that it actually, like when coins fall in a jar. I'll show you what happens if we introduce this rotation randomness. You'll see it suddenly stops looking so good because the yeah, let's see, there we go, counter. When coins fall in a jar, they don't often fall at this angle, and so I just left I had randomness for the rotation in there, but I decided to get rid of it and just say no rotation for now, because I felt like it rendered better. But yeah, okay. Hand-tack, it will also give a better illusion of randomness. You're absolutely right, but by introducing a bunch of different coins, I felt like it got enough like visual noise anyway. But yeah, okay, so let's see. Why would this be working like that? Coin position, min top, max top, I, coin size. Its leftness is something between the minimum left value and the max left value minus the size of the coin. This is just the offset for the rendering to make sure that so it's really just between these values. The image that it uses is just a random coin, deterministically random. Why would maybe I need something like, let's just see what happens if we go I times 5, because it could be the case that when we seed it, if we give it that index, it just like the random sequence is something too uniform. It could be something like that. Yeah, that's much better. I'm happy with that now. Yeah, that's much better, guys. I quite like that now. It is a bit uniform still, but it's not as obviously uniform. I mean, let's compare this to what we had, right? What we had was this. Yeah, we'll keep this one open just here. And then we'll go look at this side by side. Let's go spam. Clicking fast. I feel like this is one of those fast click games. Okay, so that looks like that. Fairly random. It didn't stay open. It refreshed. Thank you, Blazer. I mean, it's kind of noisy in a cool way, where this isn't. But maybe that's better. This finally, Goldie. Yes, vote. Exactly. This is where our poll comes in. This is amazing. I'm so glad you set that up. Now we're gonna go see if the poll works. It can help us make a cool decision. Do we want the two options are uniform random, or noisy random? Which one do we want? This one is uniform, where they kind of seem like nice and spread out. Or the other one that we just saw is going to be uniform, noisy random. So those are the options. Goldie, if you want to run that poll, I'm really curious to see which one comes out ahead. Pick one. Random 1 or random 2? Okay, so random 1 and random 2, people may not know which is which. We're going to say, random 1 is noisy and random 2 is uniform, and if you guys just tie the poll up, that's not going to be very helpful. So random 1 is uniform, random 1 is noisy, I've just messed everybody up. Which one's which? Which one's random 2? That's the question, Goldie. I'm confused. I'm sorry, I didn't know which was which. I think this is probably a uniform, right? 2 was noisy. Cerberus chose the wrong random. We might have to run this again with different terms. Goldie, if you can. 1 for noisy, 1 for uniform. And we'll see which one comes out on top. Yeah, which was random 1 and which was random 2. I think there's probably something that we can do that's a little bit like... No, we need integers. 5, 3... let's see what happens if I go like... I think this is going to be a different kind of uniform. I like how the stack stays in uniform, but I like the randomness being more noisy. Yeah. Which random? Uniform or noisy? Way, way clearer. Yeah, way clearer. I think this will get us a better result. We'll understand it better. Oh, we're tied. 50-50. 50-50 here, guys. Very interesting. I don't know which one's going to come out ahead, actually. I'm actually curious. I don't know which way I'm going to guess this to go. It could go either way, honestly. Could go either way. Let me tune in and see which way this comes out. Noisy? Alright, it looks like Noisy is the winner, guys. In that case... yeah, it seems like Noisy's the clear winner, guys. So we're going to stick with Noisy random. But that does also mean... let's see, we are going to have like... What if we do something like this? Getting a bit creative here with the random, aren't we? This may allow us to... getting randomception here. Putting randoms into random. Alright, Noisy 1. For sure. Clear winner on top of that. Hey, Jason, welcome. Noisy stack would be ideal. Yeah, a bit of like best of both worlds, right? That's still not working the way that I want it to. But maybe like that. Goldie, can you give out channel points? Is that a thing? It's a good question. I don't even know. I feel like Goldie's more of a streamer than I am here. He knows how this stuff works. He knows how it works, and I am pretty clueless. Alright, there we go. So now we're getting our noisy randomness, guys. This is what we were after. This is what we were looking for. Which will win? Random 1 or random 2? We don't even know which is random 1 and which is random 2 though, Goldie. We gotta name them so that people know. Alright, that's looking pretty good, don't you think, guys? That's both random and consistent. Random and consistent. More, yeah, alright, we're now liking this. Alright, we might be at a good point. So let's say that we did this, and I've made a mistake here in that we were in the process of trying to get the click stuff to work, but then I went and improved the system, which I shouldn't have done. I really should not have done that. I should have first checked stuff in for this new solution and set up my ignores and everything. All right, we're going to add that ignore. We're going to ignore everything in OBJ. We're going to add this. We'll stage that. Yeah, we'll keep all the basic components and stuff. I think, yeah. All of that. We added a new solution. Yeah, okay. Alright, so. Added a new blank laser solution with working clicks. And at the same time, we probably shouldn't have done this in the same commit, but we did, so we're going to say what we did. And actually, before I do this jar on the home page, I don't think that should be there, so let's clean that up. That was home. Okay, interesting. This might be because of the routing. Yes. We don't want that. That can go here. Home can be that can be this page. Let's redo that. So, normal random. I love it. Yeah, much better. That was random prediction. Ignore that. It was, yeah, absolutely. It was, Recti. It was feeding a random to a random was the solution we actually needed. Depth would be cool. Yeah. I mean, like, if we wanted to do that, Cerberus, one thing we could do is like try and fake perspective. What I mean by that is like the closer the coin position is to the center. Imagine that like there's the two edges. The closer it is to the center, the larger it is. So it like, I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe I need to go do my star jumps and get the lights right. Hold up. Much better light, right? Did the star jumps. Okay, so the closer it is to the center, the larger it should be, because that's going to create this like this illusion of roundness. So we could do something here where we make the coin size scale up as it approaches the middle of the space where it needs to render, and that would give a better sense of 3D hand tack. But I don't know if we should bother with that. I think minimum viable product is just like, not that this is even a product. Minimum viable working version of software is something really simple. So, we got a little distracted making the deterministic randomness and, feeding the results of the click back into stuff. But yeah. Goldie, can I share a link so that I can provide Seb some reference for a jar full of coins? Yeah, if you wanna put that through, then we can add that to our little mood board there. Yeah, MVP doesn't have depth. Like, it totally could have depth. We could do that. We could absolutely do that. And we could do some cool things with like sorting order to make sure like the closer to the middle it was, the higher the Z order of the. There's so many things we could do, right? But I think we try and keep it. Oh man, that is actually beautiful though. So we could render some flat coins that face the camera in front as well. I'd like the idea of doing this. I think we do have to keep this reference around and refer back to it because that is quite beautiful. I would like it if we could get something like that, because when you compare it to what we've actually got, I mean, it's not too bad. We've got some coins that face the front like they do there. Actually, I want to bring it back and like compare. There were some other really cool ideas where like the idea was we etched the text for the swear word onto the coin for every swear that actually happened. Would be really cool. We keep track of all the swear words and like fill the jar up with swear word coins that actually have the swear words on them. But it looks good, but feels like we're building a stack here. Goldie, that's me! That is you. Is that what's going on there? Is Goldie actually streaming? No, but hey, you all should go follow Goldie. Like, hell yeah. I didn't even realize Goldie had a channel. Go do that, guys. How do you shout out, Goldie? Is that a shout out? Exclamation mark shout out or something like that? What is it? Goldie 1000. Like that? Oh, man. I think I put a tilde at the end of it. Like that. I don't know. I hope that worked. Slash shout out. Oh, sorry, Goldie. Third time's the charm. I'm learning, guys. Okay. We have this working. So now, I feel like we don't need the weather. Let's get rid of the weather, guys. That can go. That can go. As you know, we looked at it before. We used it as a teachable moment, but like weather can go. Let's drop the weather from this whole thing. Let's rerun. Every viewer can stream, no special accounts yet needed. Yeah. Seb for mod clap. Snousley, no, I would make the worst mod. I have a lot to learn with Twitch stuff. So alright, nothing on the left now for that. We've got our counter still. Home doesn't say it's the jar anymore. I feel like it's a good point to check in. Let's check all this code in. And connected coin count to counter. And this one we don't actually want because that's just our to-do list. Alright, cool. So from there, in theory, we could bring the background service in, but maybe we just do the simplest thing that could possibly work here and go and put some kind of... I mean, do we even want it as a background service is the question. Maybe we just want this as like a front end thing, which once you start it, it runs, and then we can do a transient instance. Transient is like, so with dependency injection, you can, so when we can make services, we can like do like an app dot register, oh, what is it? So that's got the interactive server components, the builder. Yeah, so we've got like hosted services, we've got singletons, and add transient. Transient would mean like every time a request happens, we get a new instance of that class, and it lives for the life of the requester, I think. So transient service for type, instance of no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it means. We could if we design it in a way, but let's just. How about this? Done. Seb's now the mod. No, Goldie does such a great job. We don't need me doing modding. I'm so glad to have him along. He's been here every stream, guys, and he's been doing a great job. More and more, like I'm like, hey, what if we had polls? And he goes off and like figures out how to do it. It's yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Okay, so Jason X, I'm just a friendly troll, Goldie emotes. Yep. Maybe that's an emote that we add, a little troll emote. Okay, so where are we at? Alright, so what if we just do something now in our presentation.new that does the that raises an event from a background service? Oh, see, we have to figure out if we want a background service or if we want a Because either we have our background service sitting there or we do some kind of transient service. Maybe this is a time to have some dialogue with our AI friend, with our AI overlords. Let's make a new chat. Unless anybody in the real chat has any suggestions about which way we should go with this. Yeah, Goldie is the golden edition here. That's right, Gold Master. Minted. Can't go wrong with Goldie. He's here learning along as we go. We're just modding Seb in our chat. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Jason. I remember that. You must have been there for that, for the OG stream when we were doing making the fishing mini game where we made the goldfish. I bet Seb talks to himself like this without the stream. I don't actually. I'm so like silent and introverted. I like usually get my headphones on and like lock in, and I don't talk to anyone like for half the day when I'm really trying to focus. So this is like, you'll notice my productivity dips, and I'm gonna have to get good at this because Fass is like so good at being entertaining and talking to you guys and never missing a chat message while still getting stuff done. So yeah, I'm going to be really need to get better at like multitasking essentially. Okay, so I want a counter. What do I want? I think I have to figure out what I want first, guys. So I'm just going to you guys are going to meet my rubber duck. That's another emote that we should absolutely put to the list. I don't know if we're keeping a list here, guys, of things that should be added to our emote list, but definitely a rubber duck is one of them. So yeah, rubber duck with me, guys. We need something that runs this service here. So we've got this Twitch transcriber service. And you guys haven't seen that run this stream yet, but what it does is it goes to a Twitch channel. Right now, it's any channel you give it in the configuration. Otherwise, it falls back to Fasffy, because Fasffy's great. She's not always streaming, but she streams a lot, so it's a pretty good guess that we may as well use her as the fallback. And it's going to read the text, transcribe it, and log it, is what it's doing right now. But we want to replace this logger with something that says actually, you know what? Background service is one way to do this. We could also inject the service, but we really need a way to raise an event and have it happen on our front end. So that's really what I want to focus on. I want a way to raise an event in a service and have the front end code get notified. For now, let's use a service to increment counter. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. Let's see what it proposes first, and then from there we'll figure out what we're gonna do. She can multitask like a pro. She really can. She really can. She's so good at it, and I didn't realize how hard it was to do until I tried to do this. Fass is an amazing streamer. She's the whole reason you're on Twitch, Jason. Yeah, man, it's like that woman has been doing it for a really long time, and it's such a difficult skill. It's like you don't realize until you try, and then yeah, when you do, it's like, wow, this isn't as easy as it seems. Okay, so we've got a counter service. We're going to inject that. So far, so good. Get count. Oh, I don't like this. This isn't raising an event. I mean, we've got our event here. On change. When the counter changes, service, update the control. Will this work? If it will, the whole reason I wanted to use SignalR is because when I tried to do this type of thing forever ago, it doesn't work like that, right? If I want to have multiple people connected to this and see it actually function, but you know what, our code's checked in. There's no harm in us trying this, right? Yeah, we've got a clean slate. Let's see if it works, but I don't know. I think Gemini's Gemini might not have the right idea here. It might not realize that like when something happens on the back end like that, it's not going to just automatically get raised on the front end. But we'll see. We'll see. Handtack, can you go to the streamer element settings? From there you can ban the links and add custom commands as well to fix broken ones. Yeah, okay, if Goldie's into it, I'll let him decide whether we're going to do that. Handtack. Jason, you're off. You got to start your day. Have an amazing stream. I will, man. I'm not gonna be too. You're not gonna be missing too much. I'm not gonna be sticking around too much longer. I really just want to get like, if I can get this one feature done, this one feature where the back end increments the counter on the front end, that's when I'm probably gonna call it, guys. If not before, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. But I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful, guys, because if we do this, then we're getting very close to it all functioning. Okay, let's accept all that and have a look what changed in fork. So let's go to our jar. Okay, counter service. I mean, true. Did you make our counter service? Yes, we did. We just didn't add it. That's on us. That's on us. And we've got to add it as a singleton. We'll accept that. We're going to accept this. Counter service. Yep. And presentation new services. Yeah, we're going to leave that old broken solution behind. We're going to run this one. I mean, I don't know why this was introduced. Keep if needed for other things. Keep if needed. Nah, we're not gonna keep that. This will get the initial count. Yep. That seems good. Sure. Handle counter changed. State has changed. Yes. I like that kind of code. I find a lot neater. On dispose. Add coin. We don't need that example method unless we're gonna click the counter's still there. Yeah, we do want that actually. Man, if this works, then I'll be surprised. So, all right. I mean, let's just see what happens, because the next thing is I'll make this automatically increment in the background as like a its own thread or something. Okay, sorry, I haven't been paying as much attention as I should have. Chat, that's I'm a little behind on messages. Let me catch up. That's a thing that you can set up. Okay, cool, Goldie. Latest Jason. Yeah, Jason, if you're going offline, yeah, we did actually say goodbye to you. So I hope you're sleeping well, man. Formerly known as Scrug. Scrug's online. Happy Monday, Scrug. Well, now it's officially Tuesday as of 53 minutes ago for me. So happy Tuesday. What's shaking? We're still doing our swear jar, man. I'm still running into exceptions, unfortunately, but we'll get there. We're making progress. I used Nightbot when I streamed. I mean, we've got Night Streamer. Maybe Night Streamer knows about Nightbot. Maybe, but yeah, so far so I want to keep the stream really simple, guys. I don't want to do too much. We're using stream elements, but more and more I want to use our own like custom stuff to do cool things. But yeah, I want to keep the stream nice and simple for now. I think you can only access stream element settings with the editor, Goldie. Yeah, it's probably right. But if you want to just like feed me the things that I need to do, Goldie, I can do that on the back end for things that you really want. Safety measures, not for... Let's see. What can you do in stream elements? Is that Nightbot thing? Scrug. I didn't know that with stream elements before I gave up on streaming. Yeah, there's a lot there, but I really like a lot of things that stream elements does, guys. It lets you pretty much just like manage it all through websites. So you can create these web pages, and the web pages just like freaking, you add them as a browser source and it just works, and that's great. I think it's a really smart system. And I think we're going to make a lot of our systems like that too. This one is the first example of that, where, yeah, it's going to be running as a web browser. We'll add it as a browser source. Okay, so legit concern here from the code compiling. It's telling us that we removed the parameter, which we definitely did. So it's not on there, it's in the counter. Now this counter, that increment counter isn't going to work for us anymore. I think we did modify, you know what, actually. I'm noticing that it made modifications to our jar, which I'm not liking, because so we're gonna actually undo all of this, because really the jar shouldn't know anything about this service. So let's go back. Maybe Sonnet can do better. Ooh, actually, look, 4.1's now available as a source. So let's just, we'll be explicit. So the page that should interact with our service should interact, and I'll put this on screen so you guys can see what I'm up to. That should interact with the counter is the counter page in counter.razor. The service should increment on a timer automatically. Yeah, that's going to really help, because if this runs, and there we go, we've lost our light again, guys, because the timer has switched off. Okay, let's see. Hey, Eightfold's here. Welcome, Eightfold. Good to see you, man. Can I send you a Discord invite just to make it easier? Yeah, you definitely can, Goldie. I don't know how I DM you here, but let's see. Whisper. Let's see. But you should be able to find me from, let's see, Fasffy is my Discord there, Goldie. You're welcome to add that. I really should make a whole Discord channel, honestly. That's going to come in handy sooner or later. So it's definitely on my to-do list. It really needs to go on my to-do list, making a Discord. And yeah, Eightfold's here. Good to see you, man. You also somebody who hasn't missed many of these streams. It's great to have you constantly tuning in. Your name sounds like the K-fold cross-validation. Interesting. What is this K-fold cross-validation? Night Streamer. My name was just temporary name I set up while waiting for a SpaceX launch in 2021. I'll change it eventually. Why, man? It's cool. I think it's got like those. It's like got the same kind of synthwave vibes that the like music we're listening to has. It's like this music is the anthem of a night streamer. I think that's your vibe with that name. I quite like it. Okay, who we got? I've also done permanent temp stuff, man. I've learned like never do permanent temp stuff. It winds up being permanent stuff so often. It's with code too. Like, you know, the moment you leave it and come back to it, it's basically legacy code. Try and do it well enough that you'd be happy for it to just stay that. Hey, Vegas is here, and he's saying hi to freaking everyone. Man, this community's so good. There's so many people here that come together to hang out like this. I absolutely love this. I didn't realize when Fast was streaming how much of what she was doing actually was just like the community around her rallying, and I'm getting a sense of that now. I need a ball and a stick for the sensor. I do, or I can run back there and do I can do star jumps here every time. But honestly, like this light, I don't think it's too bad. I can live with this. I can live with this light, even if it turns off in the background. You know, I really want to become comfortable streaming here from the office so that when I'm in Brisbane, like checking on the business and like getting to be with the team as we develop things, that I have like after hours, I can just like come here and hang out with you guys and do other cool projects. That'll be really, really good. And eventually, I feel like I want to be doing actuator projects here too. So it makes sense to be working out of the actuator office for that. Um, let's see. I used to do modding using stream elements. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Snousley. Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking those things out. I'm sure they have a preferred way of doing things, but you know, just browser sources means you can do anything with basically just if you can do web development, you can do that. And I'm not a web developer, but I know enough to be able to do this stuff. So yeah, we'll be rolling with that. Came here for the handsome dude, stayed for the handsome voice prawn. Flattering me every time with the kind words. Appreciate it. I'll have to do some vocal training because, yeah, I've never considered myself to have a particularly nice voice, but I'm glad you think so. I'm really glad you think so, Prawn. Um, K-fold cross-validation is a technique to measure performance of your machine learning model. Oh, I do actually recognize what you're talking about here, Hantag. Yeah, where you divide the data set into K splits and then train and test on each K part. I saw this in a YouTube video. I'm not super familiar with it, but it really does sound quite familiar. I think as far as I got with machine learning stuff was one time I implemented a neural net just to do handwriting recognition, and I got about as far as being able to roughly classify some drawn figures. But yeah, it was a lot of hard work, and I just really wanted to do it to understand how these things worked. But this was before the AI revolution and everything blew up. This was like I want to say like 7 years ago now. I tried that, but learnt a lot. Lurk work time. Nice, Scroggy. You're gonna be working while I work. I appreciate that, man. Come, I hope we can both be productive together here. Uh, Majority has to do with Seb. He can give you the manager role so that you can tweak stuff without him, but also up to him. Yeah, I mean, happy to do that for you, Goldie. I really want to stay focused on trying to make this last little thing work with this background service and that incrementing counter. If we can do that, then we're so close to having this proof of concept working for the swear jar. I'm hoping to be able to not, I still want to deal with chat and I still want to read everything you guys are saying, but I really want to lock in and get that done. Imagine living in Queensland. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad place to live. I've lived here most of my life, so I really do like it. But I've loved Melbourne over the last few weeks. It's been amazing. There's a lot of web developers in Australia. Yeah, there are. Thanks for the compliments about my voice there, Eightfold. Flattery will get you everywhere. Trying to be everywhere. I am trying to be everywhere all at once, and there's a lot that pulls me in lots of different directions, but I feel like being around Fass is a pretty important thing. I've too many times in my life I've put my business before a lot of my my own personal happiness, and going and hanging out with Fasffy and running the business from there and being around for her. That's a big deal to me. I really wanna do that. So yeah, it's been good. Okay, Goldie, you send me the invite. Awesome. I'll track that down sometime and see if I can. Oh, let's see. I'll try and do that now. Let's see. With streamer mode enabled, it's going to be hard to see who's who, but I'll come back and check it when when I have a bit more time, Goldie. And then we can, I really appreciate the help you've been giving me. So having a more direct line of communication is going to be very handy. I'm here all alone, no one to talk to except the machines. The machines will soon become self-aware and realize I'm just the liability. It's just lie. I feel like this too sometimes. I sit there and just code, but until recently, now I got you guys with me. And so just come along, man. While I'm streaming, we can talk to the machines together. We can just hit with the keyboard, do the face rolling and make the code run, and because you're a pretty tech guy too. Oh lord, Sly is going crazy again. Nah, man, if he's going crazy, I'm going crazy. That's what it's like. Prawn lives in North Queensland. Biased against the rest of the states. I do feel like it's got a lot going for it. Melbourne's a beautiful city, but Queensland, I mean, it's got a lot of nature. It's got a lot of like, I don't know. I like it. I like it. Someone get the oil. Yeah, there's a lot of. I feel like let's see what is it? The like middle north of Australia is where a lot of the resources are, the natural resources at least, the coal and a lot of the uranium and all that. But yeah, overpower the machines with thoughts. I see the vision. All I've got is Clive Palmer. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sly. I'm so sorry if that's what you're dealing with. It's man, I don't like politics. I feel like we don't get enough choice. We really just like, yeah, we, I don't know. It's all very samey. It's all very samey. All our choices are just like mostly illusions. I try not to get political. I'm pretty apolitical. I've got better things to do with my time, better things to focus on. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's go have a look what it's done. We've got our counter. We're injecting our counter service. Great. We're subscribing to an event. I don't believe the event's going to work. I just don't. I've seen this too many times to believe that it will. All right, let's go into Rider and fix up those usings because we've got our new service here, but for some reason it can do some really smart stuff, but it doesn't know how to use like using statements, and neither do I apparently because I selected the wrong one. Though I think we do want to do this on threads. Let's see. What do you mean? That's the best part about Queensland? Clive Palmer's the best part about Queensland? Yep, if you want golf courses, that man's got you sorted. By the way, if anyone follows 3B1B, he showed... Oh, yeah, 3 blue, 1 brown is great. He showed that if we got quantum computers, it would still be safe. That's really interesting, Hantak. I should go look up more of his stuff. I actually have learned a lot from that guy's channel over the years. I love the way he creates visualizations. Politics is too poisoning nowadays. It seems like that someone else will hate you. Yeah, it's right. So now, right now, we're safe. Yeah, who knows? It'll be interesting. There's in this very building. So we're in the precinct in Fortitude Valley. In this very building, there's actually a company working on quantum computers. I think more specifically, they're working on a quantum computing language. It's a really interesting. It's a really interesting building here, guys. And Actuator gets to sit among some really fantastic other, like, really mind-bending businesses with how cool they're doing things. A lot of other drone stuff. A lot of the quantum computing things, but there's also a whole bunch of aerospace. There's like 3 companies doing things with like rockets and space stations and satellites. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place that we get to work here. I feel pretty honored to have created a business that gets to be in that kind of company. Company, get it? Pun intended, maybe. Okay, that counter is going up by itself. I'm actually really surprised that that's working like that. How cool. Is this just because so is the code running on the back end or the front end? That's the weird thing with Blazor sometimes. So, all right. So let's go have a look what we've got. We've got our counter service. That event's getting raised. State is being marked as changed. The counter service.count isn't updating though. No, that is. And then all we might need to do here, guys, is num count is that, right? this should fill up on its own, guys. We're about to see a big moment in this project. If that works, and then later I can replace this service with our well, what did we call it? We called it our services, our Twitch transcriber service. Then that's going to be huge, because then instead of this counter ticking up, we can feed words through. Look at that. Look at that, guys. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I mean, the jar's filling up, and look, no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. It's just happening. That's okay, cool. Yeah. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Money rolling in. Hell yeah. Okay, very cool. Okay, so just to explain, the reason this is important, guys, is because what's actually happening with this code is we have this service, right? We have our counter service. It is being set up like so. So it's being set up as a singleton. So it's this thing that exists and runs once. In its background, when it starts, we made our timer. So this is like some process that's doing things asynchronously. And every time it elapses, it increments this thing and it raises an event. On the front end, in our counter.raiser, we're listening to that event here. So we're saying every time the count changes, run this thing, and that's just going to say state has changed. And state has changed means it's going to go and read this count out of the counter service. The reason this matters for us is because we have this thing. We have a Twitch transcriber service. We've implemented it as a background service, but it doesn't need to be that. And mute, because I hate ads. It's running as a background service, and in the background, it's reading Twitch chat stuff. All we need to do now, in theory, and this might be the subject of our next stream, is we take this counter service and we essentially replace the guts of it with our transcriber service, and then we're going to be able to push that text to the front end, and probably even just like, instead of incrementing this counter, oh my god, the jar's over full, guys. Oh no, it's gonna explode. I never gave it this many swear words. That's well, this is where we have to implement some cool stuff. I feel like this is where the jar has to like shake and then explode and then say donate your money or whatever. So much money. Prawn of the Dead, you're asking, what are the benefits, disadvantages of doing? It's just preference. I'm a game developer, and so I've been doing a lot of work in Unity, and so C# is my language preference of choice. And the other thing, guys, look, I should actually be able to refresh this, and it should keep its state between runs. So if this refreshes, and yep, that was, and look, if I create two, both of them incrementing independently. So here, that's very cool. So we should be seeing, yeah. So I was making this way too complicated. It looks like SignalR isn't even necessary to achieve what we wanted. I think my negative experiences trying to get this to work a long time ago with old Blazor just like made me take a way more complicated solution than I needed to. This is just kind of just freaking working with a service and raising events, which I'm gobsmacked about. So yeah, Blazor's come a really long way. I might actually have to go and look at my other solution and re-engineer it so that it just uses the same stuff that's happening here, because this is what I wanted to do with this. And so in the next stream, we're going to be able to, so let's go have a look at, so where were we with our to-do list? Let's open up our HUD. We definitely did the click button. we also did the back and front end communications. Hooray! So the next thing to do is probably the profanity counter UI. So actually, no. We should say this is going to be our profanity handling in front end. So that's what we're going to do next. So yeah, next time we're going to make sure that that profanity gets handled on the front end instead of on the back end. And so we're going to, I mean, another way to say this is like, we're going to use our replace the counter service with our profanity service. Is that what we call it? The transcriber. Replace counter with transcriber. So that's what's next, guys. That's what's next. And I feel like, hold on, before this darkness goes in, I'm gonna go do. You can go watch me do star jumps. Hold on, guys. We're doing star jumps in the corner. All right, there we go. So next time we're gonna definitely replace the we're gonna replace that stuff. The star jumps are killing you. I'm glad the star jumps were amusing. That's I've also found C# has way more paid stuff than Python. Man, I've never paid for a C# library in my life. Sure, there's a lot of Python stuff which is free, and there's a lot of advantages to Python. I think you can work more quickly in Python than you can in C#, but I also think C# is faster. I think it's a little bit more resilient. It has less bugs in general. You can be more specific with it. There's so much good stuff about C# that I really like. I think especially, although it's got a harder learning curve, when you get a grasp of the language, you can make things which are more extensible and more maintainable. So, I mean, these are my reasons for liking C#. There are a million reasons to love Python instead, but for what I'm doing, I just, C# is my tool of choice. And they say every time, when your only tool is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. And so C# is my hammer, and I solve things in ways that could be done with any other number of technologies just using C#. But I like it. I get a lot of cool things done. It lets me stay super sharp for the game dev stuff that I want to do more of. But to tell you the truth, like the last 2 years especially, my focus has actually been on like the stuff that's up on the whiteboards here, the planning, the strategizing, the company stuff, the managing the staff and the payroll and all those other things. That's where my time has gone. So I've actually really loved just hanging out with you guys and doing code stuff. So yeah, it's been fun to jump back into all these things. And I'm really glad that we actually did. We checked another thing off our list, guys. That's freaking awesome. We're at the point where we can, we managed to get the back and front end communications going. Like, next thing is going to be pushing the profanity through and, filling the swear jar with swear words. I think we're pretty close. So somebody asked earlier in the stream, how many more streams until it's working? And my answer was probably 3, maybe 2 now. Maybe it's 2, maybe even 1 if we have a really good and productive stream sometime. It could be just one more stream until we have a proof of concept for Fass. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? I'm really excited. I think that could work out. If we keep going like this, and I think half of it is just make sure that you get plenty of rest and you don't code while tired. It's like, don't drive while tired, guys. You don't code while under the influence of sleep deprivation or other things, because code can go real wrong and it takes longer to undo than you would expect. But I mean, we had some really good progress today and I managed to lock in. I think I'm getting better at this, guys. I think I'm getting better at talking to you guys, staying on top of the comments, and also being a little bit more productive. So that's awesome. That's really cool. Um, I tried to do star jumps and tripped over my suitcase and ate carpet. Man, don't be eating carpet. That's not tasty. That's dusty and gross. Don't do that. But definitely do star jumps. Good exercise. Good exercise. Yeah. Super sharp. Yes, I do find it to be a super language, and I don't even think you have to apologize for the pun. It was pretty good. Um, so let's see. So I see a message here that's been pinned by Goldie. I see there is one issue here that I'm seeing. Someone else brought it up too, but there's a solid lid on the jar. What if they swear too much and the coins are spilling out? Yes. Yeah, we'll have to figure out some edge case to be like, this is what happens when the jar fills up. We should even maybe put it on the backlog. So let's see. And you know what? I don't know that we need to do that anymore. We can say jar overflow. Jar overflow is on the backlog. It's a thing to do. Thanks for raising it, Goldie. It is something that we wanted to handle eventually. Um, let's see. If it comes down to it, it also comes down to what you know and are comfortable with. Cerberus, you're still speaking about languages, and I absolutely agree. Yeah, I the more you learn to code though, and the more you end up doing it, you realize that coding is just like the language you choose is just the tool that you use for the job. Sometimes you just pick the best language for the thing that you're trying to build at the time. Um, and I definitely didn't do that here. And just in life, I've built a massive application using Blazor before, and like there are advantages to it because I get to write my C sharp everywhere. But at the same time, I could have done JavaScript and React and probably made more progress more quickly with a better supported library. But like I didn't. So now you kind of just like you just roll with what you've done. Um, and let's see. Every tool is a hammer is the name of Adam Savage's book. That's I have to look that book up, Goldie. I don't think I've read that one or heard of it. Um, you know, so glass ornaments are great hammers. Yeah, yeah. Bit of a bull in a china shop situation here, hey, Prawn. Uh, I do both. Life is boring, makes it interesting. Mm-hmm. Drinking and coding? Nah, I don't know, Hentak. Did you ever hear about the Balmer curve? Has anybody ever heard about the Balmer curve? That's a funny thing. If I can enlighten you all about that. Let's see if I can. You guys know about Steve Ballmer, right? The This is the Ballmer curve. Let's see. So, programming skill, blood alcohol concentration percent. So to answer your question about drinking and coding, Hantak, this is what happens is like your coding ability drops and drops and drops and drops, and then you hit that sweet spot and boom. Yeah, called the Balmer peak. It was discovered by Microsoft in the late 80s. The cause is unknown, but somehow a BAC between 0.129 and 0.138 confers superhuman programming ability. However, it's a delicate effect requiring careful calibration. You can't just give a team of coders a year's supply of whiskey and tell them to get cracking. Has that ever happened? Remember Windows ME? I knew it. So yeah, don't drink and code, kids. Don't drink and code. That's yeah. Seb, look at the pen. Yes, yeah. Thanks for the message, Cody. Sorry, Goldie. I'll put that on the backlog. Is eating carpets a euphemism? Wouldn't you like to know, Psych? Wouldn't you like to know? Add that to the swear jar. Make the coins gravity affected if it's performant. Look, I actually would like to. What I really want to do, guys, and I don't want to get too carried away with special effects until we get it basically working. But every time a new coin goes into the jar, I'd like the jar and all of the coins to shake a little. I reckon that'd be really cool. And then yeah, again, when it fills up, I think it wants have the whole thing like shake and then burst into coins so that the whole stream gets covered in coins. I think that'd be really fun to have something that works like that. And maybe even have it be configurable so you can say how many coins need to go in the jar before it like overloads and breaks. But yeah, chat doing casual code reviews. You guys are welcome to code review me as I go the entire time. I'm still waiting for somebody to be like, oh, that thing you wrote, that's kind of jank. You should do it like this. I would absolutely love that. I don't think I'm the best coder by any means. I am always open to learning from others. In fact, some of the guys who work in the office here are just like blow my mind on a regular basis with how good they are at writing software. I initially thought that maybe coins dropping into the jar from above. Prawn, yeah, I think that could be really cool too. It's just a matter of like, how much do I want to do to this thing? And I think often the answer to how much you should do on a software project is based on how much traction the project receives. There's a really good book called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And if you guys haven't heard or read it, it's a little bit codey, but it's also a little bit like businessy, especially like startup-y. But what it essentially says, and like if you guys I say the word MVP all the time, but I think that was one of the books that really popularized the concept of a minimum viable product. And you know what the point he makes is, don't bother doing more than you need to in order to test if your idea is worth it. And very often, what your users want will be different from what you think what you think they want. So do the minimum amount of work you can do to test what a person actually wants out of your software, and then follow user feedback instead of doing what you assume will be good. And that's the approach that we're going to take here, guys. We're just going to make it basically work, and then we're going to keep adding features until it does what Fasffy wants, and what Dev wants, and what you guys all think is really good. So yeah, we're just going to keep moving to getting it basically functional, and then we'll build a backlog of ideas, and we'll probably prioritize them. And I feel like all the work Goldie did making polling features and stuff like that will come into play, right? I'm going to let you guys choose. Wait, you guys, this webcam, you all are going to choose what we do and how we do it in what order. But before we do any of that, I just want to get it basically functional, and then we can look at all the other cool stuff. Yeah, but then you have to support JavaScript apps with libraries that update every 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't really like the React ecosystem that much. I do like it a fair bit, but I mean, there's a reason I decided to do Blazor here. I've worked in both environments, and there's a reason I'm sticking with this one. And it like somebody said it before, it's like once it's running well, it's really nice, but until it's running well, it's kind of gross. And so I'm sorry that you all have to see me struggle through that not quite running well bit, but I think we made great progress this stream. I guess they overdid the Balmer effect when they made Windows 11. Yeah, I really actually, I've done this on Windows. I've set my whole stream setup now on Windows, and I hesitate to redo it, guys, but I do really want to get onto Linux. And I don't think there's anything I'm using here that can't run on Linux. Like, except for Fork. That's one tool that I actually really love that isn't on Linux, and I don't know why they don't make it for that platform, because it's every time I go to Linux, I miss it, because I wind up doing Git on the command line again. But the visualizations that Fork give me it's like really cool. Just worked on a computer that had 8.1, and holy hell, it was bad. Yeah, Windows 8.1 wasn't the best. I think, to me, Windows XP was like choice, and then Windows 7. Those were the really good Windowses. Windi? What's the plural for window? I am Zub. Followed me just now. Thank you. Thanks so much for the follow, Zub. I really appreciate that. It's it means a lot to a streamer just getting started like me. So yeah, thank you for chiming in. And yeah, thank you for following. I hope that next time, like, I'm at the end of the stream, so you're just starting to follow while I'm just starting to rap, so I'm so sorry. But like, now that you're subbed, you'll learn about it next time I'm on. Please come and join us and follow along, because we're going to be doing more stuff. Right now we're doing this swear jar, and we're connecting it to a counter. Oh my god, guys, actually, if I go to counter, what's the counter going to be at? It's been running this entire time, right? Is this going to be... some kind of like, is this just gonna break? Have I left it running? No, I didn't leave it running. Sorry, I thought it was. That was gonna be hilarious or disastrous. I didn't know which. And another follow. Another follow. Thanks from Bust a Cap? Bust a Cap. Bust a Cap. Like bust a cap in your ass. That's what that name is. Man, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. You guys coming in at the 11th hour of this stream to, not that I've been streaming for 12 hours, figuratively speaking, coming in at the end of the stream to follow. Really appreciate that. Windows 7 was peak and then they ruined it. Yeah, absolutely. Leave some space for introverts. Yep. I mean, I'm enjoying this kind of thing more and more. I think I'm becoming more extroverted as time goes on, guys. Back to Linux, I'd absolutely love to do that. I mean, I'm actually liking Windows 11. I'm liking Windows 11 a fair bit. Maybe in a few years I'll be like, yeah, it was as good as, probably not. It's not as good as XP or 7 or 2000. Windows 2000 I really liked as well. But and I'm showing my age there. It was solid and stable. Yeah, it was. XP was the thing for sure, and I loved how you could like rice it out. You know, you could really customize it and make it your own. Can't forget the Windows 95. Yeah, Windows 95 wasn't bad, but I mean, I feel like I've got like, you know, the nostalgia for Doom on and like Quake on Windows 95. So yeah, good times there, but I don't think that it was the, yeah, it's up there, but it's I wouldn't say it competes with like Windows 7. I think honestly, lately Linux is just so good. If you guys want, if you're formatting your computers, just like try out Mint, try out Linux Mint. It's just like such a nice transition away from Windows into Linux. It's like everything's familiar. All your keyboard shortcuts just work. It's really really good. So try that out if you guys ever want to try it. Let's see. We've got, yeah, Zub chatting as well as subscribing for the first time. That's great, man. Yeah, okay. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time, man. And oh man, you guys are being so active in the chat. I wanted to read everybody's comments before going on and rating someone, but like you're chatting so fast, I can't even keep up. So let's see. 3.1. Oh man, Iliad. You are the real OG here. If you can remember Windows 3.1, I was pretty young when that was out. I did use it, but man, I was really quite young. But that's very cool. I think 3.1 was pretty revolutionary at its time. It was such a mess at launch. Yeah, 95 was a mess. You had to really like update it to get it good. And back in those days, it wasn't like online updates were easy. You know, getting updates onto a Windows PC was like, it was a whole thing at the time. The reason I put Windows 11 below everything else is because it's purposefully made to be terrible and anti-consumer. At least the other versions I didn't try. The thing I hated about Windows 11 was it just came with a bunch of bloatware pre-installed, and you had to like disable it to bring it back to basics. I hate that. I hate that. I want my computer to do the things that I want it to do. I don't want it to come with freaking Candy Crush. As much as I like games and all that, I want to be the person putting the games onto my computer. I don't want it to come preloaded with any of that bloat, man. That's what I really hate about Windows 11. Every time Windows or Nvidia update their drivers, my AMD CPU starts crying in the corner. Yeah, I mean, you should try, what's it called? GeForce Experience, or the new version of that. Like, there's actually a pretty good tool for updating the NVIDIA driver stuff now, and it does it pretty seamlessly. I've quite liked that. Usually I don't like it, and I used to hate it because you have to log in. I'd actually, like, open up the JavaScript code from the application because it was just an Electron thing to, like, hack out the code that made you have to sign in. But you don't even have to sign in anymore. Now you just get a cool tool that watches your updates, optimizes your games, and lets you install new drivers when they come out. So that's pretty cool. You guys should try that if you really want to stay on top of your driver updates. Let's Snousley noted this again. I love you, cutie. Iliad and Snousy showing some love for one another. That's nice. That's nice. Though I don't think Snousley's convinced. He needs some more convincing there. One of the many problems, others being ads attempting to block settings refusing to install an older but still capable hardware. I've not experienced that older hardware issue, Prawn, but that's really interesting. I use DOS. Yeah, I use DOS too. Me and Fass used to play like so many cool DOS games. One time, I think we even played a DOS game on a stream. It was called Warlords, and we managed to find it somehow. It was so good. Yeah, it was the family computer. Let's see. Prawn. He was using computers when they were just abacuses. Nice. He was flipping bits in his brain and moving numbers on the abacus. That's the real programming. That's the OG programming right there. This, yeah. Tongue punch a cactus rather than what? What are you referring to here, Prawn? Let's see. PAX, man, that's going to be fun this year. We might come and do a booth if we have something to show at PAX. That'll be really interesting. But like, fingers crossed, we get enough development done to justify going to PAX and getting a booth again. I met a lot of you guys at PAX. I think from when On Point was on show there. I would absolutely love to come there with another game. And you know, to this community is like growing day by day, which is freaking awesome. I mean, just now we had a bunch of new subs, so you know what time it is, guys. It's nearly go time, but before that, it's definitely Star Jumps time. So what here we go, Star Jumps. There we go. Lights back on. Problem solved. Actually, the problem started after the new GeForce got launched. Well, look, they got rid of the sign-ins, so I'm happy with them. That's pretty awesome. Sorry if it broke your computer there, Hantak. NVIDIA doesn't sit well with Linux if you game, but it's getting there. Actually, I would say it's actually really good, man. I've gamed on Linux recently, and I actually found that putting the drivers on, like you just put it on, and as long as your game runs in, if it's compatible with Vulkan, then you're pretty much fine. And it runs real fast. Like Vulkan's a hell of a renderer. That thing just like smashes out frames. It's really good. Penny, you remember Warlords? It was good, man. Like me and Fast spent hours and hours and hours playing that together because you could do it turn-based. You could have multiple people playing and the computer would take its turn and you'd go explore ruins and get dragons and all kinds of awesome stuff. Hey, we've got a first time chat too. So not only did we have a follow, and this shows how far behind I'm falling with the chat messages, guys. I really got to catch up. But thanks for Buster Cap coming in and messaging here and putting a chat message in there. Any idea how user-friendly Linux Mint is running local LLM / NVIDIA CUDA and Linux / limited coding experience user? Yeah, I would say it's pretty friendly, Buster Cap. If you want to try running Linux and you want to, if you want to. So the advantage to Mint is its user interface is very much it feels like Windows XP with the way that it looks, and it's all intuitive for you if you it's got its control panel kind of like layout for settings and stuff like that. And then it's just Debian under the hood. So Debian is a package manager where you can just open the software manager and search for whatever you want, and in general you'll be able to find it and install it really, really easily. So it's not going to be completely straightforward if you've never used Linux before, but I'd say it's a nice, easy way to get into it if you want to try. So can't recommend Mint enough. NVIDIA always had beef with Torvalds and Linux. Yeah, but they're getting better lately. I think the driver experience on Linux is so much better than Windows. It's pretty seamless. It's very rare that you have to go looking for a driver. Most of the time, big distros come with everything you need out of the box. And a few commands and a quick Google search, and I'll tell you, AI is way better at dealing with Linux than it is with Windows. You can prompt and have a decent response from your LLM, where it will give you commands to run on the command line. It's like, do so with caution, but sometimes it really just like saves you tons of time. Um, I was referencing the tongue punching cactus, then having my PC become a cloud PC, right? Yeah. I mean, cloud's pretty good. I host all my stuff in the cloud when I need to run a program. Like my desktop isn't going to stay on all the time. There are some really good reasons to move some things to the cloud. Proton has come a long way since the Steam Deck. Yeah, it really has. Gaming on Linux is becoming so much better, and what Steam has done with the Steam Deck, running like choosing to be like, okay, if you want to run on a Steam Deck, you have to run on Linux now. That's really changed the gaming ecosystem on Steam and on Linux. I think it's a really, really good play, and I love them for doing it. It's a great idea. From my experience, this is from my experience as Cynical. They push for data center based processing and workloads with dumb terminals, and then they go back to the other way and push back to cloud, with hybrid options becoming more of a thing in the market, where the cloud solutions could be part of the hosted on premises and can make compute closure to the terminal. Look, Sly, I'm with you for things like DIY. You should be able to, all this LLM stuff, I think it's really good. Things like Llama, where you can self-host it, that's the way that these things should go. Otherwise, big organizations start to control the best algorithms and the best AI solutions, and they make them as expensive as they want, and that's terrible. But for some things, I do think, like, if you can host it yourself and then put it in the cloud, then it's a good solution anyway, right? There's some interesting stuff happening with. You were about to do a bunch of UEFN content. We're making a Fortnite map for Fast Guys, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to start coding that as soon as I finish up on the swear jar. I think, yeah, that'll be one of the next steps. We're going to take OnPoint into UEFN, but that's like hybrid cloud local development, and there's a big push from Meta that way as well with Horizon Worlds. I think that's going to be where we might be spending more of our attention and development time as a company here at Actuator. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting how the cloud stuff is kind of shifting. It's not just the drivers. Like, Wayland is kind of sucky with Linux. I had weird lags on Counter-Strike 2, and it's the only game you play. I mean, that's surprising. I think games can be harder to get running on Linux, but once they are running there, I've found that they run way faster, because I'm guessing it's just like there's less processing wasted in the Linux environment than on Windows. Less background tasks, less stuff that's like unintentional. You can really make a quite stripped down distro, and then running on Vulkan's just fast as a rendering solution. It's just fast. With the new Mac Studios and Minis, you can do on-premises LLM hosting so easy. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but I really, like, personally, like, Mac's cool. It's a lot like Unix in the environment. You get the advantages of the Linux-ish command line, but I also just find, like, how locked down the ecosystem is. It's getting better, but I don't like how they try and lock you into that ecosystem, and so I've never really used a Mac. I've had to do it for iOS development when I was making iPhone games way back when. I had to do a lot of work on a Mac, but I keep coming back to Linux and then getting pushed to Windows from time to time. Bustercat, thank you for your feedback, Base Code. I tried Mint years ago and will definitely give it a go again, since Windows does not feel optimal for local use over the past few years, with its own AI creeping in everywhere. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. And hey, we've just had a follow for from Cray2on. I'm gonna just like Grayon, like crayon but with a G. Gray2on. That's thank you for the follow. Really appreciate you coming through and checking out the stream. I've been trying to wrap the stream up for a while now, actually, because it's getting late and I have an early meeting. So this is, I've finally caught up on chat, and actually you guys have had some really interesting things to say, and this is just it's turned into a just chatting stream. And maybe I need to be onto this. And hey, look, a first time chat message too. Just Grayson? Grayson is fine. Okay. Yeah, I see. The 2 is an S. Grayson, that's I get it. I love the leet speak, man. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the community. It seems like, you know, Grayson, you might have even found us organically, which is incredible. I'm really liking that we're getting some organic growth. A big part of this community is also Fasffy's community. She's my sister, an amazing content creator. But yeah. Bro, no more topics. We need to find someone to raid. I need to get to bed. We need to move this on. So let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Let's see who's on. Let's see who we can go raid. So Twitch. And who's on and streaming? I mean, we've got some cool people on. We've got a lot of the American people. We've got Pirate Software. We've got Prime. Oh, who should we raid? Who are you guys into here? Anybody particularly that like stand out from? I mean, there's Bert. Yeah, I know, but we should definitely be doing that. Let's see. Who's Tolga? Who's Tolga, Goldie? I'm into base code. You should raid him and keep streaming. Thanks. I really appreciate that, Prawn. Tolga's cool and funny.
There are several ways to increase the amount of stars visible in the night sky. The easiest method, of course, is drafting observatories.
Oh, interesting.
Each additional star creates new formations of constellations, which in turn provide beneficial effects.
Tolga is on Neighbors? Okay, so what's he doing? Is he just a game streamer?
Okay.
Alright, let's do it, guys.
Dude, that's a...
What game is he playing?
Holy fuck.
Alright.
That's absolutely massive.
Alright, we're gonna raid Tolga, guys. It's happening. It's time. We ready?
Yeah, horrible.
Just say I'm Fass's brother and he'll know. Okay. There we go. We've sent the raid. Ready up, guys. We're about to hit him up. And actually, we're going to hit him up with 80 people. He's currently on 40. So, get ready, guys. Get ready. Copy the raid thing. Have it ready to go. I'm about to go say hi in the chat. Guys, thank you for freaking tuning in again. This has been amazing. I can't believe you guys stick with me for like, how long are we in this now? 2 hours, nearly 3 hours of me just writing code and chatting with y'all. That's been amazing. Progress is a little bit slow because we're spending so much time chatting, but at the same time, like, hell yeah, you're all with me and we're getting closer and closer and closer. And before you know it, this thing's going to be up and running and we'll be moving on to the next best project, the next big thing. So yeah, thank you all for coming along. Thank you for modding, Goldie. Thank you, Prawn. Thank you, Handtack. Thank you. Man, so many, Snowsley. You guys have been hanging around this whole time. This has been such an active chat. And there's even been some subs, organic subs, and so a whole bunch of new follows. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks. Have a great night. And I hope Tolga's doing some really awesome content for you all. And I'll speak to you all soon. Good night, guys.
No. It's plus minus 10 times. So 12 plus, minus 8.
That's a fucking raid!
Fucking hell. 4 times 4. Jesus Christ. Based code. Thank you so much for the freaking raid, dude. Holy shit. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Look at all you fucking beautiful bastards. Oh, dude, you're Fasffy's brother. Holy shit. Let me fucking follow you real quick. Holy crap. Ah, dude, it's good to meet you, man. I would very much like to meet you in real life, bro. Yeah, I've... Yeah. Fucking... Amazing. That's fucking that's awesome, dude. Oh, how are you doing, dude? How was your stream? How you going? Everyone coming in from the raid, welcome. If you don't know me already, my name is Tolga. I'm a variety entertainer here on Twitch.tv, the greatest place to be. Yeah, welcome the fuck in. How's it going? What's happening? I'm a little under the weather, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. What'd you play? Tonight we're playing Blueprints, by the way. So if anyone doesn't want any spoilers, please be aware. We're making an AR Twitch swear jar programming content. That sounds freaking awesome. A Twitch swear jar.
Fun times.
Oof. I'd fill it the fuck up. That's what I would do. Yeah, careful of any spoilers of this game. It is fantastic. I want you all to experience this game. Oh my god. Fuck, it's good to see you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Well, that was awesome, guys. Great stream. Great stream.
He's that good. Nacho fucking pants. How the absolute shit are you, bro?
All right. Calling the stream here, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Oh yeah.